Hi, I'm Melissa Landry, and I'm a Senior Officer at Fisheries and Oceans Canada in Ottawa, and the lead for North Atlantic right whale fisheries management measures. My presentation will review current fisheries measures, recent entanglement cases, our Ghost Gear program, our whale safe gear strategy, and the upcoming Gear Innovation Summit. North Atlantic right whales are listed as endangered under Canada's Federal Species at Risk Act. The Department implements regulatory measures for the protection and conservation of marine mammals in general, and since 2017, targeted fisheries management measures to prevent right whale fishing gear entanglements, which also benefit other species. Our strategy to protect right whales was supported from 2018 to 2022 through $167.4 million in the Whales Initiative, and presently is supported by $151.9 million through the Whales Initiative 2 from 2023 to 2026. As a species listed under the Federal Species at Risk Act, the Department is legally required to develop and implement a recovery strategy for right whales. Drafting of the latest version of the recovery strategy is set to begin in alignment with the Recovery Potential Assessment process, which is led by our science sector. The Department's Species at Risk program is responsible for the publication of regular progress reports on recovery measure implementation. The most recent progress report is set for publication by the end of this year. All of these documents are overseen by the internal right whale implementation team, which is also responsible for reconvening the Right Whale Recovery Network, which has its inaugural meeting set for December of 2024. Our fisheries management measures continue to focus on entanglement prevention strategies, which include changes to open and close dates of fisheries, closure protocols, the whale safe gear strategy, our Ghost Gear program. All of these measures are supported by mitigation and response strategies, which include the whale safe gear program and marine mammal response program. This slide is included to provide information on closure and detection statistics for 2024 and compare them to previous years. This is a map of fisheries closures as of September 27, 2024. It also is worth noting that there are closures in and around Anacostia Island, which is happening later in the season, as we've seen over the past 2 years as well. And additionally, this year we've had a number of detections in the Bay of Fundy area. To date, there have been 7 right whale incidents reported in Canadian waters. The following slides show information on each one of these incidents. I would like to express gratitude on this slide for the tremendous amount of effort of all those involved in whale entanglement response. Gear removed from whales by our marine mammal responders is analyzed to determine fishery of origin and gear type. This information is used to inform prevention and focused mitigation strategies. DFO's gear analysis process includes our conservation and protection branch, which determines if an enforcement investigation is necessary. It also determines whether the gear was reported lost. Gear is also reviewed and a report is generated by our gear expert. This report is then shared with relevant industry disentanglement experts and our U.S. colleagues, and the publication of the finalized document is then reported online. Ghost gear, or abandoned, lost, or discarded fishing gear, is a serious global issue and an entanglement risk for whales. Over the past several years, ghost gear has been confirmed in 3 right whale entanglement cases in Canadian fisheries. Canada is a world leader in addressing ghost gear. DFO's Ghost Gear program was designed to roll out in 3 phases and to deliver needed actions to support improving the management of fishing gear to reduce gear loss and abandonment. Currently, we are wrapping up Phase 1. As we enter into Phase 2 of our action plan, we continue to gather information to identify measures that can be used in a gear loss prevention strategy. Information collection includes through engagement sessions as well as a survey which will be launched in October of 2024. Phase 3 is the application of these measures to prevent gear loss and responsibly manage fishing gear through its entire life cycle. These measures will allow DFO to attain modernized, sustainable, and resilient fisheries while advancing its commitments to achieving zero plastic waste by 2030. The Department has now begun targeted engagement with harvesters, researchers, and Indigenous groups to review and receive feedback on the whale safe gear strategy. The goal of the 5-year strategy is to implement whale safe gear in commercial fisheries across Canada to reduce whale entanglements, supporting sustainable modern fisheries that coexist with healthy whale populations. Targeted engagement on the strategy started in July of this year with emails distributed to the fishing industry, researchers, Indigenous groups, and NGOs. Feedback was collected until the 1st of October. In-person and virtual engagement sessions are taking place throughout the fall of 2024, with the department also working on the development of internal processes and protocols in support of the implementation of the strategy. The final strategy is set to be published in early 2025. In February of 2025, DFO will be hosting the second International Fishing Gear Summit to support continued international leadership and domestic progress on gear innovation, to support the protection of whales, and to address ghost gear. For more information on this summit, please read through this slide. Thank you, and I look forward to meeting you all in person at the consortium.